What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Bernard, the alien, the executioner, Hopkins. Bernard Hopkins is open to returning to the ring, and he says, Joe Calzaghe, I want my rematch. Of course, the former undisputed heavyweight titleist Mike Tyson has started a new movement, so to speak. Despite having his gloves hung up for a decade and a half, the 2011 Hall of Famer returned to the ring this past November and took on Roy Jones Jr., another Hall of Famer. While their contest may have been labeled an exhibition, over 1.3 fans eagerly bought the pay-per-view event. Following their debatable draw, Tyson announced that he would be launching a Legends-only league. In essence, older, legendary fighters who have walked away from the sport, boxing would be given a platform to return to the ring. Former two-division world champion Bernard the Executioner Hopkins knows a thing or two about fighting at an advanced age. Having fought well into his early 50s, Hopkins retired just 5 years ago at the age of 51. Since then, the Philadelphia native has mellowed out. However, he would entertain jumping into Tyson's Legend-only league, provided, of course, he were able to muster a high level of whoever he faced in the ring. He said it would have to be someone that I don't like for me to go back on my word, said Hopkins. Since I retired, I like everybody now. When I was boxing, I had a chip on my shoulder, and I don't know who I would fight. While Hopkins openly admits that he has softened considerably, the newly elected Hall of Famer pauses for a moment to think about who he would face. And then he said, on second thought, Joe Calzaghe. I want my rematch from the split decision. That's who I want. Over a dozen years ago, both Calzaghe and Hopkins met for the first time only in their respective careers. Despite scoring a first round knockout of Hopkins, Calzaghe he would fly by to win on points. Roy Jones Jr. said the same thing, and Roy Jones Jr., this fight went the same way. Both of those guys knocked Calzaghe down in the first round, and Calzaghe went and picked up a unanimous decision. Now, me counterpunching Bernard Hopkins coming back to the sport. If it's someone older, why not? But what is the criteria for the leagues only? Legendary leagues only, right? Do they have to be in their 50s, late 40s, 45 at the latest, or at the earliest rather? What's the latest? Is it 60, 65? So is it 45 to 65? Because I know Calzaghe was born in 73, so that puts him, what, at 47, almost 48, depends on when his birthday is, right? He's up there with Oscar De La Hoya and Fuchs. So he would be 47. Does he even does he even qualify to even fight Bernard Hopkins being 56 years of age? And he's what is he, 8 to 9 years older, or younger rather, than Bernard Hopkins? You know, it's still a swindle, but we don't know how, Calzaghe has taken care of himself. You know, the last I heard, he didn't look bad. He looked like the old school Batman back in the day with the square face. That's what I thought about when I saw him when he was, called on a panel to discuss Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury. That's the last time I saw him, but I haven't really seen him demonstrate anything that shows me that he's in any kind of shape. That's even if he's even up for it. But I can understand Bernard Hopkins wanting that particular rematch, because that was a rematch when he was still pretty game. Okay, this wasn't the Bernard that fought Sergey Kovalev. That 50. He wasn't in his 50s. He was in his early 40s. Okay, and he fought Calzaghe, and Calzaghe was the guy that got by beating everybody. No one defeated Calzaghe. So for that reason, I think Bernard Hopkins is after legacy, regardless of what time frame it is. He would want to fight Calzaghe just to show, because I know Bernard Hopkins is not that type of cat to sit around and eat bad. You can tell by looking at him. He's not even built like that. You know, his lifestyle is his way of life. Okay? So exercising, training, fasting, praying, that's Bernard Hopkins. Okay? So I don't think he would be softened up. I don't think he would be in a situation where he would be out of shape, because I think he stays in some level of shape. But Calzaghe, I don't really know about, you know, but it does look good. However, I would say this is a bad thing. Since Bernard Hopkins did fight so long into his 50s, he was 51 years old. That does a strain on your body. I know everything that I mentioned is still, he's 51 years of age. Did he have enough time to recuperate and his body to regenerate, to go back in there to condition himself to get back in the ring? That's the question. But it does seem good. It seems interesting, to say the least. You guys tell me what you think about Bernard Hopkins possibly coming back to the ring and calling out Joe Calzaghe. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.